As tensions between the US and China escalate to unprecedented heights over a potential conflict in the South China Sea, both superpowers are demonstrating the devastating power and effectiveness of their latest weapons. The dramatic footage of these aggressive military displays has the world on edge, offering a chilling preview of the brutality that could unfold if diplomacy fails. In the murky depths of the East China Sea, a new predator lurks beneath the waves, poised to challenge the long-standing naval supremacy of the United States. China's U-10 Torpedo, recently unveiled in a chilling demonstration of raw destructive power, has sent shockwaves through international defense circles and raised alarming questions about the vulnerability of even the mightiest warships. On a seemingly ordinary day in mid-June, China's state-owned CCTV aired footage that would make naval strategists worldwide sit up and take notice. The video, which quickly went viral on social media platforms, showcased a Chinese submarine unleashing a weapon of terrifying potential, the U-10 Torpedo. The target, a retired Type 074 amphibious landing vessel, soon to become the unwitting star of China's deadly spectacle. Tension mounted as the torpedo streaked through the water, guided by advanced technology. The footage captured by the Chinese military is staggering. In a cataclysmic instant, the world witnessed the awesome destructive capability of this new weapon. The explosion was nothing short of spectacular. A colossal plume of water nearly 100 meters high erupted from the impact site, a watery gravestone marking the ship's demise. The message was clear. China had developed a weapon capable of sending even the largest warships to the ocean floor. Initially shrouded in secrecy, details of the U-10 Torpedo have slowly emerged, painting a picture of a weapon that combines cutting-edge technology with devastating lethality. Introduced around 2015, the U-10, also known as the Fish 10, has quickly become a standard armament for both submarines and surface ships in the People's Liberation Army Navy. While official specifications remain classified, experts estimate the U-10's range to be at least 50 kilometers, putting it on par with the US-made Mk-48 Mod 7. But it's not just the range that makes this torpedo a game-changer. It's the sophisticated guidance system that sets it apart. The U-10 employs advanced wake-homing technology, a feature that turns the very wake of an enemy vessel into its downfall. This system allows the torpedo to track its target by following the turbulent water left in a ship's wake, making it incredibly difficult to evade or fool with traditional countermeasures. As the torpedo homes in on its prey, it can make multiple passes, precisely aligning itself with the target's most vulnerable areas. The result is a weapon of frightening accuracy, capable of striking where it hurts most, often approaching from behind to deliver a catastrophic blow to a ship's critical systems. The implications of the U-10's capabilities are profound, especially for the United States Navy and its prized aircraft carriers. These floating citadels, long considered the backbone of American naval power projection, may find themselves vulnerable to a threat they can neither see nor easily counter. Chinese military publications have not minced words about the U-10's potential. One magazine boldly declared, quote, "Even an aircraft carrier could hardly escape the fate of sinking, let alone destroyers or landing docks." The power displayed in the CCTV footage suggests that even if a direct hit doesn't send a carrier to the bottom, it could render it operationally useless, a floating wreck unable to launch aircraft or defend itself. This new reality poses a significant challenge to U.S. naval strategy, which has long relied on carrier strike groups to maintain a dominant presence in regions like the South China Sea. The U-10, combined with China's growing fleet of advanced submarines, could potentially deny vast swathes of ocean to American carriers, fundamentally altering the balance of power in contested waters. The U-10 is not a standalone threat. It's part of a larger, more insidious danger posed by China's rapidly modernizing submarine fleet. The torpedo demonstration featured a Type 039B submarine, also known as the UN class. These diesel-electric boats, with 17 currently in active service, form the backbone of China's conventional submarine force. Their advanced air-independent propulsion system makes these submarines particularly lethal. This technology allows them to remain submerged, operating with near-silent stealth that can evade even the most sophisticated detection systems. The newer Type 039C variant pushes these capabilities even further, with improved quieting technologies that make it a true ghost beneath the waves. In the hands of these silent hunters, the U-10 becomes an even more daunting weapon. Submarines can launch these torpedoes from long range during amphibious operations, striking devastating blows while remaining safely out of harm's way. This combination of stealth, range, and lethality presents a nightmare scenario for naval planners tasked with protecting vulnerable ships like aircraft carriers. The unveiling of the U-10 torpedo and its integration into China's submarine force may mark the beginning of a new era in naval warfare. The traditional dominance of surface ships, particularly large capital ships like aircraft carriers, is being called into question by these advancements in underwater weaponry. For the United States and its allies, the challenge is clear. How does one defend against a weapon that can strike from afar, guided by the very wake of its target? Traditional countermeasures may prove ineffective against such sophisticated homing systems, and the sheer destructive power of the U-10 means that even a glancing blow could prove catastrophic. As tensions simmer in flashpoints like the Taiwan Strait and the South China Sea, the specter of these silent killers lurking beneath the waves adds a new dimension of danger to an already volatile situation. The uncontested American naval supremacy era may be drawing to a close, replaced by a new reality where even the mightiest warships must tread carefully in waters that could conceal a lethal, unseen threat. As threatening and impressive as China's U-10 demonstration, the United States military is not staying idle in this demonstration showdown. In a dramatic display of military might, the United States has shown a new capability that has sent shockwaves across the Pacific. On July 19, 2024, as part of the Rim of the Pacific, or RIMPAC exercises, a U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bomber successfully sank the decommissioned USS Tarawa, a 39,000-ton amphibious assault ship, using a low-cost precision-guided bomb. This unprecedented event has showcased America's evolving naval warfare tactics and raised eyebrows in Beijing. The sinking of the ex-USS Tarawa, an 820-foot behemoth that once prowled the seas as a small aircraft carrier, took place in the deep waters off the coast of Hawaii. The operation, known as SYNC-X, short for Sync Exercise, was part of a larger live-fire drill involving forces from multiple nations. However, the involvement of the B-2 bomber truly set this exercise apart. U.S. Navy Vice Admiral John Wade, the RIMPAC 2024 Combined Task Force Commander, commented, quote, "Sinking exercises give us a chance to sharpen our skills, learn from one another, and get real-world experience. Using advanced weapons and seeing the professionalism of our teams during these drills shows our commitment to keeping the Indo-Pacific region safe and open." The footage released by the U.S. military is almost cinematic in its scale and production. It shows the devastating strike from several angles, showcasing the ship as it is seen from a distance as well as from the perspective of a camera mounted on the ship itself. The result is an unprecedented glimpse at the raw power of the B-2 and its new capabilities. The weapon employed in this groundbreaking demonstration was Quicksync. This experimental munition combines existing Joint Direct Attack munition, or JDAM guidance kits, with new seeker technology. This innovative approach allows for precision targeting of both stationary and moving maritime targets, effectively turning a relatively inexpensive bomb into a potent ship killer. The U.S. Navy's Third Fleet elaborated in a press release, quote, "This capability is an answer to an urgent need to quickly neutralize maritime threats over massive expanses of ocean around the world at minimal costs." The implications of this development are profound, potentially revolutionizing naval warfare by allowing air assets to engage surface threats with the lethality of submarine-launched torpedoes, but without the vulnerabilities associated with submarine operations. The successful Quicksync test from a B-2 bomber is particularly significant. The B-2 Spirit, renowned for its stealth capabilities and ability to penetrate heavily defended airspace, can now add a maritime strike to its already impressive arsenal. This combination of stealth, long range, and now proven anti-ship capability presents a nightmare scenario for potential adversaries. Carl Schuster, former head of the U.S. Pacific Command Joint Intelligence Center, underscored the gravity of this development. Quote, "It is very significant. The B-2's demonstrated anti-maritime capability will constrain, if not deter, plan operations east of Taiwan or off the Philippines. You cannot ignore a weapon that can sink a 25,000+ ton ship with one hit." The timing of this demonstration is hardly coincidental. As tensions simmer in the South China Sea and concerns mount over potential conflict scenarios involving Taiwan, the United States is sending a clear message about its ability to project power and neutralize maritime threats across vast distances. China, unsurprisingly, has taken note. The state-run Global Times, in a commentary published even before the SyncX took place, asserted that, quote, "The only country deemed a enemy by the U.S. that operates a 40,000-ton amphibious assault ship in the Asia-Pacific region is China." The publication suggested that using USS Tarawa as a target, quote, "reflects the concern of the U.S. and its allies about the development and strength of China's maritime power, especially regarding the mainland's military deterrence on the Taiwan island." However, Beijing was quick to downplay the significance of the exercise. The Global Times argued that sinking the Tarawa, a ship commissioned in 1976, had little relevance in 2024. In an apparent attempt to assuage domestic concerns and project confidence, the commentary stated, quote, "Such an outdated ship cannot be compared with modern military equipment." Yet, the unease in Beijing is palpable. China has heavily bolstered its naval capabilities, with its fleet now numerically surpassing that of the United States. According to the Pentagon's 2023 China Military Power Report, the People's Liberation Army Navy boasts approximately 370 vessels, compared to just under 300 for the U.S. Navy. The Quicksync demonstration suggests that numerical superiority may not be the decisive factor it once was. The implications extend beyond just China. Alessio Padalano, professor of war and strategy at King's College in London, observed, quote, "It extends the range at which potential enemies can be held at risk through advanced weapons whilst retaining a considerable degree of stealth. It basically says, you are not safe no matter where you are in this vast theater." As the dust settles on this dramatic demonstration, the strategic calculus in the Pacific is being rapidly rewritten. The ability to sink large warships with precision-guided bombs dropped from stealth bombers adds a new dimension to naval warfare, one that could significantly alter the balance of power in potential conflict scenarios. The message from Washington is clear. Despite China's growing naval might, the United States retains the ability to strike decisively and from unexpected quarters. As tensions continue to simmer in the region, this demonstration of American military innovation and capability serves as both a deterrent and a stark reminder of the evolving nature of modern warfare. The United States has just unveiled a powerful new piece in the high-stakes chess game of Pacific power projection. How China and other regional players will respond to this game-changing development remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the waters of the Pacific have just become a lot more treacherous for any potential adversary of the United States.